honest with y'all, like, I just need to be honest. I really feel like it's time to wrap this ish up. Like, at the end of the day, none of these couples are going to make it. Maybe Cinco and Jay, maybe, but we'll have to see how that actually plays out. Because Chris really don't like Alexis, and I'm really aggravated because I don't see him putting in any work, but he expects her to do all the work. Jared knows that he doesn't want to be with Charlie, yet and still he's still stringing her along with a maybe, maybe, maybe. Brittany, you know you don't like Ty. You know you don't like Ty, and Ty knows that you don't like him. So why are you mad? Y'all, let's go ahead and get into this episode. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. The Never Ever Met Season 2, Episode 8. First of all, I don't even know why they missed the week because they really could have played this last week. Like, stop playing with us on. Y'all and y'all schedule for the shows are really pissing me and my homegirls off, okay? But before we go ahead and get into this review, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video on through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before and you keep coming back and you are enjoying my Never Ever Mess reviews and you have not subscribed yet, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do me like Jared's doing Charlie with this maybe, 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 and then when the season over, you just walk away. No, baby, commit now. Commit now, okay? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Let's get into it. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So Clave and Tati left. Thank God. Thank God it's over, okay? Get the toxic out the house, even though that energy is just jumping into other couples, okay? Because now Ty and Brittany are ready to explode, even though it's been a buildup. We knew it was coming. But nonetheless, let's get into it. So since Tati and Clay left, Charlie decides that this would be a great time to rate the couples from first to last. And I'm like, Charlie, girl, you don't even understand how, like, you're at the bottom of this list. You don't even understand how you're at the bottom of the list. But let's get into the list that they put together. So, they said Jay and Cinco first, Charlie and Jared, and Alexis and Chris, and Kiki and Brandon, and Brittany and Ty, and, okay? They put Brittany and Ty last. I'm like, I mean, at this point, all these couples could be last. All these couples could be last. The only one that I honestly feel like makes sense is Jay and Cinco at this point. So Cinco said that it's over for Ty and Brittany. It's over for them. They might as well go ahead and pack it up and get up out of here. And I totally agree with you, Cinco. I totally do, okay? So meanwhile, Ty is telling the guys that, you know, he feels like him and Brittany are doing good. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, was you at the same dinner that we all watched? Because nothing about that was good. Nothing about that was good. Cinco's like, are you sure about that? Right. Are you sure about that? He feels like he has a chance because he made her seafood and he brought out the crab legs and the lobster tails and the loaded baked potatoes that now they doing good. She did not even want to give you a peck, okay? Barely. She don't like you, Ty. She don't like you. But I guess the good news is that Brittany noticed all the work that he had put in, and she feels like the date went well. So maybe it was something else going on in that date that we didn't see. Because from what I saw, it didn't seem like the date went well at all. Even when they came home, it didn't seem like they was actually happy about the date that they had. So now all of a sudden, both of them felt like they had a good date. Make it make sense. Am I missing something? Something has to be missing. I just feel like she's lying to save face. And for some strange reason, Jared and Charlie feel like they relationship coaches or whatever. Because while they're talking to Brittany, Jared tells her like, oh, yeah, even though the date was cool or whatever, I still feel like you're not really attracted to him. You may like him, but you're not attracted to him. Brittany's like, I am attracted to him. Lie. But I'm just getting friend vibes. Then you're not really attracted to him. Girl, come on. She says that he plays too much. But it seems like she's holding out hope for this relationship. I don't know why I wrote that in my notes because that's a lie too. Now I'm just up here lying to y'all. That's what happens when you take notes at nighttime when you had one too many drinks. Because I'm sitting here lying to y'all talking about something. It seemed like she holding out for hope. No, she not. Absolutely not. But anyway, Jared said that he could tell that Ty's love language is physical touch and acts of service, and he doesn't feel like she's giving him either. I said, you know what, Jared? Maybe you missed your calling because it seemed like you onto something. Now, if only you could be honest in your relationship, then maybe I'll take the advice that you're giving. But nonetheless, Brittany agrees, okay? She says she's definitely not giving that man no physical touch. Not at all. But then she says she's not there yet. Girl, the yet will never come. The yet will never come. Like, I don't know who you trying to convince, but you don't have to convince us. You can literally tell that man that it's just not there and y'all can go about y'all business. Because at the end of the day, I really feel like we're just sitting here to collect the check and we're going to say no on the last day. That's what this is giving at this point, okay? She says that she needs time to get there. You don't want the time. When is time going to come? The show's almost over. The time's not coming. But now that Jared's done giving out his counseling services, okay, he decides to go tell Brandon that he needs to go talk to Charlie because his sister is coming. And his sister doesn't know that Charlie has 4 kids. And he's also concerned that his sister ain't got no filter. And once he tells her that that girl was hiding 4 kids, she gonna feel a type of way and he don't know what she gonna say. So he takes this opportunity to go talk to Charlie and tell Charlie that he was the one who wrote F no to stand with their partner if the show was over the very next day. Okay. Now Charlie's like, what the fuck? What? A WTH? Like, because he told me he put yes. Joke's on you now, huh? Joke's on you now, huh, Charlie? It doesn't feel good to be left out in the dark, does it? It doesn't feel good for everybody to know that that man said F no except for you, does it? Mm-mm-mm. The way the universe has a way of humbling you because you was just kikiing and ha-ha, right? About Tati? And now it's your turn, sweetie. It's your turn. I know you wish somebody would have told you that he wrote F no. Yeah, I'm sure you do. So Jared tells her, like, I'm sorry, but in my mind at that moment, I was over it because you had just dropped 3 extra kids on me, and that's a lot. She's like, but I asked you, and you said no. She feels away because he didn't tell her, but he told everyone else. You see how that works? What goes around comes back around. Hey, my baby. He told her that he thought he was coming here to build with her and convince her to, move where he was with 1 child. And then when he got here, he learned that she had 3 extra children. And he was like, nah, you know what? I'm good on that. I'm going to enjoy myself. And then once I'm done with this little vacation, I'm going to go about my business. And she's like, so you was just going to drag me along? He's like, yeah, that was the plan. Charlie better than me because I probably would have slapped him. Like, I think I would have slapped him because what? Are you effing kidding me right now? What do you mean that was the plan to literally just drag me along? And the fact that he's telling her like it's nothing is crazy to me. Charlie's still being desperate, okay? Because she wants to know, how does he feel now? Even though he just said that he planned on dragging this out for as long as he could. And then he was going to dump you. You still concerned about how this man feels. He said it fluctuates from day to day. Some days it's a maybe. A maybe? Sir, is there a yes in the lineup or not? Because it's given there's no yes in the lineup. Now she's in shock. She never expected this from Jared. I'm gonna need y'all to be realistic about the situations that y'all in. Y'all both came in here lying and holding on to secrets. Why wouldn't you expect this from him? The man literally hid having a baby from you. You hid having children from him. And for some reason, you shocked and you didn't expect for him to lie to you when your whole relationship is built on lies? Be for real. If we gonna be anything, let's be for real, okay? He then has to let her know that his sister, when she finds out about the situation, might not be too fond of it. And Charlie's like, I understand. But she's still hurt. She feels like she never asked him to be a dad for her children. She never asked him to take care of her children. She just wants him. She feels like if a man she's been dating for 4 years won't accept her children, then no man will. Like, she's losing hope. And here's my thing. You can have a man that will, want to be with you and your 4 children. But you have to tell them that you have 4 children. You can't just spring on 4 children to a man and then act like everything's okay. Like, Charlie, let's be for real. You sitting here talking about something. I've been talking to him for 4 years, and if he can't accept me and my children, no man will. You talked to that man for 4 years. You was literally pregnant while you was talking to him by somebody else. And then you had 2 other children that you did not tell him about. Please stop, Charlie, because that's not what this is. That's literally not what this is. So now she's like, so do you want to be with me? He said, in a perfect world, yes. That means no. In a perfect world, yes. In this world, no, because this isn't a perfect world. So now she's like, I have nothing to say to you, and she wants to walk away. So now she's in a confessional saying how she feels embarrassed and disrespected, and that, he's wasting her time, and it just doesn't make sense to her. And I'm like, I felt like I heard this before. Like, maybe even last episode I heard this when you was kikiing and laughing about Tati feeling embarrassed and disrespected and feeling like her time was wasted. Remember? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I knew you were going to get yours. And I'm even more upset at the fact that Charlie's coming off super, super desperate. Like, why are you allowing this man to continue to drag you along? He literally told you that was his plan, and you still trying to figure out, does he want to make it work with you? I'm going to need you to get some self-esteem about yourself. You need to embrace your 4 children before you expect anyone else to. But that's another thing. What do you mean you don't expect him to take care of your children? Now, I understand, like, take care of your children, like, everything. Okay, I understand that. But you can't be trying to get married to a man and expect him not to want to take care of your children. Because I'd be damned if I had to get married to someone else and they like, I ain't taking care of your children. And I'm like, that's fine as long as you take care of me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Why would you want to be with a man who don't want to take care of your children? Not saying that, he's going to be the sole provider for your children, but why wouldn't you want a man that wants to take care of your children? Charlie, go get some self-esteem about yourself. Please do. Because you looking sad, sis. You came up here with a new baby at home who needs you. Your children need you. And all you worried about is a man. Even to this day, all you worried about is a man. Go get some self-esteem about yourself. Because I'm embarrassed for you at this point. You're really looking desperate. Really. But anyway, let's move on. So now Charlie's talking to Brittany, and Brittany said, like, I think he likes you, but I just don't think he wants to be with you. She's like, but does he show that? And she's like, no, but he wrote F no on the paper, and that says a lot. Thank you, Brittany, for having some goddamn sense, because Charlie don't seem to be getting it. She just do not seem to be getting it. So Brittany, like, it bothers me that he has sex with you knowing that he felt this way. Exactly. I mean, that's right there says enough. And this is why I don't understand why Charlie would even want to continue to, pursue this man after he basically told you that he was going to drag you through this experiment and tell you no at the end. That was literally his plan. And in the midst of that, lied to you about saying he said, yes, he was leave with you and then turn around and sleep with you. Like, come on. Come on, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. So Alexis and Chris go to sit down with the relationship expert. I don't know what for. I really don't know what for. Alexis and Chris relationships make no sense to me at all. I really be trying to figure out what is going on and I cannot figure it out, okay? So in this section, Chris brings up Alexis being controlling and aggressive. And he wants her to know that even though it may seem petty to her, he has really strong feelings around it, okay? Of course, he opens up about, the control aspect that he went through with his stepfather and stuff like that. And, we get it, Chris. We get it. But I'm still not putting the pieces together when it comes to Alexis. I'm just not getting the pieces put together at all, okay? Alexis is saying that she feels misunderstood because she's trying to help him and he's seeing it as control. She's offering to wash his clothes and stuff like that. And he's like, I have a mother. What I need is a woman. I don't need another mother. And I'm saying here, like, what is wrong with Chris? Like, I need somebody to really help me understand. Because I can understand that you feel like, you don't want a mother, right? But What's wrong with her offering to help wash her clothes? It gotta be the age. At this point, he really looks at her like an old woman. That's the only thing that I could get at this point. Because for the life of me, I cannot figure out what the problem is. And I really feel like Chris is reaching. I do. So the therapist brought up the game, of course, about whether or not if the show was over right now, would you stay with your partner or would you leave? So after Chris did this little smirk and this little laugh because he said no, he's like, in that moment, in that moment when I wrote no. But that was just because that's how I was feeling in that moment. Child. I'm trying to act like I care, but I don't. I'm really trying to act like I care, but I don't. I really don't. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm really not gonna hold y'all. But nonetheless, Alexis is like, I thought at least he would say maybe. Especially because I wrote yes. Girl, that man don't want you, and if you can't see it, I can't show it to you. I can't. Like, I'm just so confused with this couple. It really bothers me so bad. So bad. So he tells Alexis that he wants to see improvements now to make it a yes, since she knows how he feels now. Chris, what have you done for Alexis? Chris, what have you done for Alexis? You have done absolutely nothing for Alexis since y'all got into this house but critique her, and pick and make problems out of absolutely nothing. What is the issue? What do you mean she has to make improvements? How about you look inside yourself and realize that you're half the problem too? Because why is her offering it to do your laundry a control issue? Anyway, let's move on. So Jared's sister comes to visit and he's just elated, okay? He knows she's going to give him the best advice and he needs that right now, okay? So he sits down and he tells her that Charlie has 3 children. And he tells her that he checked out, but he just wanted to have fun, so that's why he's still here. Jared don't give a F, y'all. Jared don't give a F, okay? His sister's like, wow, that's a lie. But while I'm looking at them have this conversation, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It feels like Jared wants his sister to do his dirty work. Jared wants his sister to go in there and be like, oh, no, that's wrong what you did, lying about them children. There's no way I would want my brother to be with someone like that. And da 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 da. He wanted his sister to go in there and tell Charlie that this relationship can't work for him. That's what I got from that conversation. He wanted to use his sister as a scapegoat instead of being honest his goddamn self. So Charlie's talking to her best friend because her best friend came to visit. And she tells her like, oh, come to find out he has a newborn also. And her friend is like, what is wrong with y'all? That's what we've been asking all this time. What's wrong with y'all? Because why y'all out here hiding kids? So then, of course, she lets her know that, she also told him about the 3 other kids that she got. And, and because of that, it made her situation seem worse than his situation. It did. It absolutely did. Because you lying about children for no reason at all. I could understand being, a little skeptical about the one you was pregnant with, but the ones you had before you even know him is crazy. So now she's telling her best friend, like, I thought everything was going good, so, we had sex. And then she tells her that he wrote F no to being with her if the experiment was over the very next day. And once again, Charlie, why do you want to be with Jared? Are you not hearing yourself talk out loud? Anyway, she says she feels disrespected. So, of course, it's time for, his sister and her best friend and them to sit down and have this conversation and kind of hash it out. But before we get into that, Chris is over there getting ready to go on a date that Alexis set up for him, okay? And he still seems a little ungrateful, if you ask me. But nonetheless, Alexis says she set up this date to, show a little bit more of her feminine side. Nothing about setting up a date is feminine to me. But hey, sis, if you say so. But nonetheless, Charlie and Jared are having to sit down with the sister and a friend, and Charlie tells them that after everything that they went through, she's hoping that they could still leave together. His sister is like, why did you hide your 4 children? Forget all that stuff you talk about, sis. Why did you hide your 4 children? Your 4 children. She said that she just didn't want him to judge her or look at her different. And his sister's like, but those are your kids. And you're taking care of them. And you're doing what you're supposed to do for them. That's something you should be proud of. I said, I know that's right, sis. I know that's right. Because, like, girl, what? Hiding kids is crazy. She's like, I do very well for myself. Like, I even make more money than Jerry. I don't need him to take care of the children. And I'm sitting here like, that's not what this is about. Are you missing the pieces to the puzzle about you hiding the children? If the man's going to be with you, the children have to come too, whether he's taking care of them or not. Where you going to leave them with your mother? Are you going to leave the children with your mother while you and Jerry go live happily ever after? Because that's what it's giving. So then Charlie brings up how she was hurt about, Jared lying about, still wanting to be with her and knowing that he had wrote F no on the paper. And his sister's like, what did you expect when you dropped 3 kids on him? Like, let's be for real. And she's like, I expected him to at least be honest about how he felt about it, because after we both talked about our secrets, we made an agreement that we would be honest with each other about everything. And she's like, so if he would have told you that he wrote F no, how would you have felt? It's like, I would have understood that, because I just dropped 3 kids on him. Like, I couldn't understand why he would be feeling the type of way. So his sister's like, I understand what you're saying, but I also understand that him lying is wrong. So now Jared feels like, oh, this is the time to take accountability for the lying. See, he thought his sister was going to get him out of this, but now he got to take accountability. It's not going the way he thought it was supposed to go. And I'm just sitting here like, just tell a girl you don't want to be with her. Please, Jerry. Because at this point, you're wasting everybody's time. It cannot be that much fun in this damn house that you're willing to drag it out any longer. It can't be that much fun. It's been arguments. It's been nothing but toxic energy in this house. I mean, at this point, you should kind of want to go home. But I totally agree with the sister when she said, children come first. And you lead with that. I got kids. 4. Either you want me and my kids or you don't. Period. I really hope Charlie learned something. Something, very much something from this experiment. And that is to not deny your children. If you learn nothing else, Charlie, please learn to not deny your children. Okay? Now, Chris and Alexis are on this date, and Alexis takes him to the boxing ring. And I said, oh, I thought this was supposed to be, you showcasing your feminine side, but whatever, okay? Because Chris is like in love with this date. And I guess that's all that matters. I'm still very much annoyed with Chris because he's like, oh my God, her planning this date is really showing that she's paying attention to me. And once again, I asked the question, and Chris, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I guess because, he felt like she was trying, he gonna give her a couple, petty kisses to make her feel good about herself. And now they all so happy and they on a high and they could possibly be a strong couple. Even though we know that in at least 24 hours, Chris is going to find another problem to pick with Alexis to point out how he does not want to be with her. Okay? Because I know that's what's about to happen. I don't even need to watch the next episode to know that's what's about to happen. But anyway, we back at the house and it's time for dinner. And I said, oh Lord. Every time we have dinner, we play a game. And then every time we have dinner and play a game, we have a fight. And once again, I am right, because that's exactly what happened. While they're playing this game and they're asking questions, everything's going smooth. Everything's going great. I thought maybe I was wrong. But I wasn't, because Brittany got a question which was basically, does she feel like her and Ty are sexually compatible? And of course she doesn't want to say no. You could tell that she doesn't want to say no. She's like, do I have to say anything? So eventually she just says yes anyway. And Todd was like, no, I don't think so. He felt like it took her way too long to say yes, so he already knew that it was wrong. So he decided to be honest and say no. How do you expect me to feel like we have good sexual chemistry or we'll be having some bomb ass sex when you won't even let me touch you? I mean, facts is facts. Facts is facts. So now she gets mad because she feels like she was sparing his feelings. She didn't want to embarrass him. And then he didn't take the same approach for her. So she gets up and walks away into the kitchen and he goes after her because he feels like this is a pattern. Every time she gets upset or she feels a type of way, she just walks away. So now they're in this kitchen having this heated back and forth exchange. And she's like, are you going to let me talk? Are you going to let me talk? And he's like, what? I'm like a child, right? I'm like a child. He's frustrated. She's frustrated. She's pointing all in his face. And I'm just sitting here like, go home. Go home. I am not on neither one of Ty or Brittany's side. Both of y'all go home. And to be honest, Ty and Brittany both have an attitude problem. They both have an attitude problem. They don't know how to communicate. Everyone's just trying to get their point across. Go home. Go home. Go home. That's all I got to say. Just go home. Matter of fact, everybody, pack your stuff up and just go home. We can end the show right now. I already know everybody's answers. Like, let's be for real. That was a never ever mess. That was a never ever mess. Jay looked like she about to curse Brittany out. I told y'all Jay felt the way when Brittany was tickling on Cinco. I told y'all she felt the way. Yeah, she about to let it out. She's about to let it out. Kiki finally going to tell Brandon her secret. It only took us to get to like episode 9, but she finally about to do it. So you know that's about to be another couple down. By the time we get to episode 10, we will have one couple standing. That's gonna be Jay and Cinco. That's it. I really don't feel like anybody else is going to make it. Chris is going to find a problem out of nothing. Brandon's going to leave Kiki. And Ty and Brittany should already be gone by the end of the next episode. Anyway, y'all, I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the episode. Are y'all ready for this to, be wrapped up real soon? Because I know I am. I know I am. Drop me some yellow hearts and let me know that you was here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.